Hello and welcome to Bees for Baking. Today's recipe is another French classic, Tart au Citron, or French lemon tart. Let's jump ahead to the ingredients we're going to need. So for our crust, we are going to need 1 cup plus 3/4 of a cup of flour, 7 tablespoons of butter, 1 cup of almond flour, 3/4 of a cup of icing sugar, and 1 large egg. Now for our filling, we are going to need 1 cup of sugar, 8 tablespoons of butter, 3 large eggs, 2.5 tablespoons of cornstarch, and half a cup of fresh lemon juice. For the full recipe, please check the description box down below. You're also going to need a tart pan. I will link it down below for you. We are going to set our oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then with one of the butter wrappers, I'm going to grease the tart mold. For the next step, we are going to prepare the dough. You can use a standing mixer, a food processor, or your hands. I'm adding the cup of flour. Now I'm going to add the almond flour, and finally, we're going to add the icing sugar. We're going to give it a mix for about a minute. Then we will add the butter. My butter is cold. I cut it into chunks. I will add it one by one until everything's mixed. So the mix needs to resemble wet sand. This is exactly the texture that you're looking for. Now we're ready to move to the next step. Add the egg and mix until the dough starts coming together. Be careful because it's not going to take much time and you don't want to overmix. Now on a flat surface like the countertop, we're going to roll the dough. First, dust some flour generously. Do not be shy. Use a lot. With a dusted rolling pin, I will start a roll. Try to press the dough evenly. Now if you don't have a rolling pin, a broomstick will do, or a bottle of wine. Just make sure to dust it with a lot of flour. When it's about the size of my tart mold, I will transfer it. You can use a spoon to distribute the dough, or you can use your fingers. So I will go all around and I will press it along the sides. Just make it nice and even. Do not worry about the edges. We will trim them after the dough is cooked. I'm going to poke it with a fork all around. I don't want any air bubbles on my dough before it hits the oven. Before it goes to the oven, I will cover it with foil. You can use that or parchment paper. I will add my pie weights. You can use dry lentils, beans, peas, rice. We just need something to create weight so the dough doesn't make bubbles once it's baking. I will put it on top of a tray just so it's more easy to handle. I will bake it for 20 minutes. While that's baking, we will start with the filling. In a bowl, add the sugar, eggs, and the cornstarch. Combine them well and set aside. In a pot, add the butter and melt it on medium heat. Now I will add lemon juice and I will stir until it's well combined. Stir until all the butter is melted, then take it off the fire and set aside for about 3 minutes. Now add the hot mix to the eggs. I added little by little to avoid ending up with scrambled eggs. And after that, we will take the whole mix back to the fire. I will cook it in a medium heat. So it will take about 5 minutes to get all smooth and creamy. Once it's done, I will set it aside to cool. So after 20 minutes, I take the crust out of the oven. I will remove the foil along with the pie weights. And with a knife, I will level the edges. And I do this to make it look more polished and neat. I find that if you level the edges before putting in the oven, the edges tend to melt and it doesn't look as good. I will put it back for 7 more minutes until it has a slight golden color. I'm going to rest my crust for 30 minutes before adding the filling. It's time to fill the tart. Just add the lemon cream and spread it evenly. I will let it set in the fridge for about 3 hours.
3 hours later.
As you can see here, to a mold I use a can. I just slide the outer ring off. For the bottom, I will pass a knife around the edges to loosen it up and place it on a big plate. For the final touch, dust icing sugar right before serving it. I like mine with a dollop of whipped cream, and I use some lemon peel as garnish. hope you liked this recipe. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe to the channel down below. There's new videos like this every Friday. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye!